You have $100,000, and instead of letting it sit in a bank earning next to nothing, you're wondering how to best invest it without spending hours staring at stock charts. You want to make that money work for you, but not just anywhere. What if I told you there were 5 top-rated Fidelity index funds? What if I told you that making that choice could turn that $100,000 into something extraordinary? I'm not talking about small, incremental gains. I'm talking about millions of dollars. Fidelity index funds to invest your $100,000 IN. I'll detail how much each can return over 10 years and 20 years. I'll also reveal funds that pay out over $25,000 in monthly dividends. Watch until the end of the video as I reveal the best Fidelity fund that has the potential to grow your $100,000 into a portfolio worth over $20 million. When it comes to selecting the right index funds, it's not just about picking the biggest or best performing ones. There's a strategy to it. The 5 Fidelity funds I'm going to cover today were chosen based on several key factors: growth potential, dividend yield, sector performance, and long-term stability. Below, I'll list the funds in ascending order of dividend yield, with the last fund being the best of the bunch. Let's start with the 5th pick, the Fidelity MSCI Consumer Staples Index ETF, ticker symbol FST. This fund allows you to invest in essential products, the backbone of any economy. It is heavily weighted toward consumer defensive stocks, which are companies that provide goods and services that people depend on no matter what the economy is doing. Top holdings in this fund include well-known names like Procter & Gamble, Costco, and Walmart and Coca-Cola, which make up over 63% of the fund. These companies are globally recognized, with solid operations and a proven track record of surviving economic downturns. FST is focused entirely on consumer staples, with over 98% of its assets invested in this sector. It is a great choice for those seeking consistent income and stability. With a dividend yield of 2.39% and a 10-year compound annual dividend growth rate, CAGR, of 10.7%, this fund has demonstrated steady growth. It has paid dividends for 10 consecutive years, with 7 of those years showing growth. This is impressive and shows that FST is a reliable option for those who want income along with capital preservation. To give you an idea of how this would work out for the billionaire doctor if he invested $100,000 in FST, historically, this fund has an average annual return of 6.41%. After 1 year, his investment could grow to around $118,800. If the billionaire doctor held his FST investment for 10 years, it could grow to around $243,700. In 20 years, it could be worth around $681,000. By the time 30 years have passed, he could see his $100,000 turn into around $2,344,387. Not only that, but the dividends that the billionaire doctor would receive by year 30 could total about $165,400 annually, which is about $3,788 per month. Over those 30 years, the total value added to his portfolio would be about $2,244,387 from capital appreciation and an additional $1,974 from dividend reinvestment. At number 4, we have Fidelity MSCI Consumer Discretionary Index ETF, ticker symbol FDIS. Unlike the consumer staples sector, which focuses on essential products, the consumer discretionary includes non-essential items such as luxury goods, entertainment, and leisure services. FDIS was created to capture growth and innovation in this dynamic sector by investing in companies that perform well when consumers have extra income to spend on non-essential goods and services. This fund is ideal for investors looking to take advantage of consumer spending in a strong economy. FDIS is heavily weighted towards industry-leading companies such as Amazon, Tesla, and Home Depot, which make up nearly 39% of the fund. The fund is heavily allocated to consumer cyclical stocks, with 96% of its holdings in this sector. This makes it highly sensitive to the economic cycle, and when the economy is doing well, the companies in this fund have the potential for explosive growth. While FDIS isn't primarily focused on income, with a dividend yield of just 0.76%, it makes up for this with solid growth potential. Over the past 10 years, FDIS has delivered a compound annual dividend growth rate, CAGR, of 11.22%, meaning that while the initial yield may be modest, the payouts have steadily increased over time. The fund has a solid track record of dividend payments, having paid dividends consistently for 10 consecutive years. This makes FDIS a good choice for long-term investors looking for growth and a growing income stream. Consumer sector discretionary has experienced an average annual return of 16%, far outpacing the S&P 500's 13.3%. The growth potential of this sector is significant, and FDIS is well positioned to capitalize on this trend. Now, let's see what happens if the billionaire doctor invests $100,000 in FDIS. After a year, his investment could grow to about $112,100. If he holds it for 10 years, it could grow to about $315,900. In 20 years, his investment could reach about $995,000, and after 30 years, it could grow to a whopping $3,133,233. At this point, the billionaire doctor could be receiving $20,000 annually in dividends, which equates to about $1,665 per month. Over 30 years, the total value added to his portfolio could be about $3,332,333 from capital appreciation and an additional $1,181,182 from dividends and reinvestment. If these returns sound impressive, wait for the next fund I'll show you at the end of this video. The last fund has the potential to surpass even these impressive numbers in just 20 years, and could exceed $20 million in value over the long term. Stay tuned! At number 3, we have the Fidelity MSCI Healthcare Index ETF, ticker symbol FHLC. This fund focuses on the healthcare sector, which remains resilient due to the steady demand for healthcare services regardless of economic conditions. This stability makes it an attractive option for investors looking for a combination of safety and growth potential. The healthcare sector has proven its defensive qualities, especially during recessions like the 2008 financial crisis, where it fell just 22%, while the S&P 500 fell more than 38%. This ability to weather economic storms makes FHLC a reliable choice for long-term investors. The fund is heavily influenced by large companies such as Eli Lilly, United Health Group, and Johnson & Johnson, which together account for more than 25% of the fund. Nearly all of FHLC's assets, nearly 100%, are allocated to healthcare stocks, making it a focused investment in this essential sector. The fund's concentrated nature in healthcare stocks provides stability, particularly during uncertain times, as demand for healthcare remains relatively stable even in a buoyant economy. FHLC offers a moderate dividend yield of 1.26%, which may not seem like much at first glance, but what makes it stand out is its impressive 10-year compound annual growth rate, CAGR, of 16.8%. This shows that dividend payments have been steadily increasing over time, making the fund a strong choice for income-focused investors. With a track record of 10 consecutive years of dividend payments, FHLC has proven its ability to reward investors who are in it for the long haul. If the billionaire doctor invested $100,000 in FHLC, here's what he could expect based on his average annual return of 9.24%. After 1 year, his investment would likely grow to approximately $110,500. If the billionaire doctor held this investment for 10 years, he could see his portfolio grow to $283,300. Over the course of 20 years, his investment could grow to approximately $931,000, and in 30 years, it could reach $3,153,315. By year 30, the billionaire doctor could be earning $33,500 annually in dividends, which translates to about $2,295 per month. Over 30 years, the total value added to his portfolio could be approximately $3,963,315 in capital appreciation, along with $1,581,199 in dividends and reinvestment. In this view, this asset provides a solid combination of capital appreciation and income, making it a smart choice for investors like the billionaire doctor who are looking for a stable but growing portfolio. If you thought these returns were good, wait for the next fund I'm going to reveal, which has the potential to surpass even these numbers and deliver extraordinary results in the long run. Stay tuned! Second, we have the Fidelity Nasdaq Composite Index ETF, ticker symbol ONQ. If you're looking to capitalize on cutting-edge technology and market disruption, this is the fund for you. It tracks the Nasdaq Composite Index, which includes some of the world's most innovative and fast-growing companies. Investing in this fund is essentially a bet on the future, with a strong focus on technology and growth stocks. Historically, the Nasdaq has outperformed many other indexes, especially during periods of technological advancement. For example, Between 2010 and 2020, the Nasdaq delivered an average annual return of 17.5%, far outperforming the S&P 500. If the billionaire doctor chooses to invest $100,000 in ONQ, he should know that this fund is not primarily focused on dividends. It offers a modest yield of just 0.64%, but it has steadily increased its dividend payments over time, with a 10-year dividend CAGR of 7.35%. What really stands out is its impressive average annual return of 14.44%, driven largely by its concentration in technology and growth-oriented companies. After 1 year, the billionaire doctor's investment could appreciate to approximately $105,080. If he holds it for 10 years, his investment could grow to approximately $401,500. In 20 years, his initial investment could grow to approximately $1,577,234, and after 30 years, it could reach a whopping $6,134,377. At this point, the billionaire doctor could be receiving approximately $4,063 annually in dividends. Over 30 years, the total value added to his portfolio would be approximately $6,343,377 in capital appreciation, with $56,500 of that coming from dividends. A large portion of ONQ's holdings are concentrated in some of the world's largest technology companies, including Apple, Nvidia, and Microsoft, which together account for nearly 40% of the fund's assets. The technology sector makes up more than half of the fund's total assets, with additional allocations to sectors such as communication services and consumer cyclicals. This diversification provides exposure to industries that are driving the global economy forward. If you think these potential returns are impressive, just wait until you see Fund Number 1, which has the potential to generate returns that could significantly exceed even these remarkable numbers. Stay tuned for the next reveal. Finally, at the top, we have the Fidelity MSCI Information Technology Index ETF, ticker symbol FTEC. This fund is the ultimate choice for anyone passionate about technology. FTEC offers targeted exposure to the information technology sector, investing in companies that are at the forefront of shaping the future. If you believe in the transformative impact of technology and its ability to drive market growth, then FTEC is the ideal investment for you. The fund's top holdings include tech giants like Apple, Microsoft, and Nvidia, which together make up nearly 50% of the fund. With 99.42% of its assets allocated to technology stocks, FTEC is dedicated to capturing the explosive growth potential of the technology industry. This includes companies in areas like software, semiconductors, cloud computing, and artificial intelligence, covering a broad spectrum of the technology landscape. While FTEC's current dividend yield stands at a modest 0.66%, its 10-year dividend CAGR, compound annual growth rate, is an impressive 19.08%. This rapid growth in dividend payments means that the companies within the fund are reinvesting in their businesses for expansion while also returning value to their shareholders. For long-term investors, this means not only capital appreciation but also a steadily growing income stream. Now, let's look at the potential returns if the billionaire doctor invests $100,000 in FTEC. Thanks to its strong CAGR and average annual return of 18.67%, his investment could grow significantly over time. After 1 year, he could see his investment grow to approximately $119,933. In 10 years, his investment could be worth around $586,500. Fast forward 20 years, and his investment could grow to $2.07 million, and in 30 years, his total could skyrocket to an impressive $10.1 million. At that point, he could be earning annual dividends of around $126,127, or about $10,510 per month. Over the course of 30 years, the total value added to the billionaire physician's portfolio could include approximately $2.17 million in capital appreciation and approximately $757,500 in dividend income. These returns show just how powerful the technology sector can be for long-term wealth creation. With its focus on the future of technology, FTEC is the ideal fund for anyone looking to benefit from the ongoing technological revolution. Now, if you want to become a millionaire quickly in just a few months, watch these videos on the screen.